I said, I'm sorry, Brat Pod. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to do you harm. But tonight, we're going back in the closet.
Bye.
Bye. Back in the closet.
Back in the closet.
Hey, brats. My name is Robin and I'm trans.
My name is Ben and I'm trans.
Today we were going right back in the closet.
I hope not.
Get back in that closet. That doesn't sound torturous at all.
No, but the closet is a safe space.
It is.
And I'm happy I'm out of it, but I can understand why some people stay in it.
It was not an option for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we get back into that old closet, we should probably share a moment of joy with the people.
Do you have one?
I don't.
Let's take a
Get in that
gander.
Discord.
There's so many things in here.
That's a moment of joy in itself.
I think I found an appropriate moment of joy for the closet episode.
All right.
So our friend Augie said, I'm going to cry. I've been named and gendered properly more since I've gotten onto campus than I have been in real life all summer. My college friends are so lovely.
Yeah. It's got to be a hard situation being like half in, half out. Like not at home with your family, but then like you go away for a few months and you're like all the way out. I feel bad.
Feeling of going back in has got to be so crushing.
Yeah.
But then the feeling of being back where you feel safe has got to be so great. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to keep on keeping on. And that can include only being out in certain contexts or not out at all.
Yeah, they have really good, valid reasons. A lot of people do. I think we've said many times before, you have no obligation at all to be out, especially if you're like in an unsafe situation, if you're a minor, if you're not in a situation where you're able to support yourself and it'll put you in a dangerous position. Like, we never judge anybody for staying in the closet. We're in a relatively privileged position as far as it goes. We really like being out, both for our own experience and also because we really care about representation. And also just being able to be like a beacon for other trans people who are maybe in the closet and like see us as a safe person to talk to. So if you're in a place where it's like safe enough to do, it can be like a really, really good thing.
Yeah.
But it's not your obligation.
Nope. And like, we're also not just in our personal lives have a lot of privilege to be able to be out, but like the United States is a scary place, but there's probably people that could be listening that are in places you literally just can't. Like, there are countries where you can't be out, period.
Not an option at all, yeah.
There's different cultural backgrounds than we were raised in that can be even more strict than ours. Not that, I mean, yours was very strict. And like, it's okay to need time to be settled.
But guess what? If you're in a situation where it's not possible for you to be out at all, you're still trans.
Still trans, still valid, still welcome in our group. You do not have to be out to be proud.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to be out and proud. Like, it's hard to have
for
both.
us. Yeah. We literally have a podcast where we talk about being trans all the time.
Like, I'm having a rough day. Not for any big reasons, but like, today is not really like a loud and proud kind of day for me. That happens.
Yeah. Does happen. I don't have a lot of loud days, but I have varying degrees of pride depending on the day.
I've seen people post around the internet about being financially dependent on their family and their family not being supportive at all. And like, frankly, I've been seeing people in straight up abusive, at least from my perspective, situations, and they're stuck. And I don't want anyone to think that they're less than for being stuck. I don't know. My words are not wording today. But yeah, we're not one of those gatekeeping people, places, things, nouns. I just want anyone who's listening who's in the closet to know it. Hopefully there's a place where you can be safe and authentic someday.
Mm-hmm.
Life is much better after coming out, even though you end up losing things. It's still worth it.
It's very worth it.
I think we're both really tired today.
Really tired, yeah. Are there naps in the closet?
Oh, let's just cancel the rest of the day. I'll just curl up.
It's amazing.
I'll just curl up in this chair and sleep.
We should just post this episode for all the people who are telling us that they want to see the uncut Brat pod, just like us falling asleep and dissociating and, you know, some hot content right here.
Yeah, sometimes I do wonder, like, if it would have been worth it for me to try to stay in the closet longer and, like, do a more slow intro to my parents. But at the same time, it's like they reacted the way they reacted, and I'd rather know that they don't support me than try to tiptoe around it and keep them in my life.
Yeah, like, it's obviously up to everyone's personal decision and personal experience. But for me, I feel like that is telling enough in itself that if you had a relationship with them where you know you would have to tiptoe and just like moderate your behavior or like whatever with them, then like you got to make that decision of like, is it worth going through the extra hoops to keep these people in my life who, if they just like don't accept the pure uncut version of myself.
Yeah.
I'm in a place where like I'm 40 years old now. I don't live where I grew up. I still have a relationship with my sisters, but like as far as my larger family goes, don't have a lot of interaction with them. I'm not in like a place where I'm really interdependent with them. Some of our friends are in situations where they like work with their parents or live down the street from their parents. Like their lives are more intertwined and it's like more complicated. For me, I had both the curse and the privilege of knowing from very early on that they like wouldn't accept me. My coming out or re-coming out as an adult conversation and my like cutting them off conversation was the same conversation. Because like as an adult, the only like reference that I made to being trans is like I am not talking to you anymore, and it's not because I'm trans. Just because I had like wanted to make it clear that this isn't a situation where you can be like, I'm just being canceled because I'm not agreeing with their lifestyle or whatever, you know. So for me, like my life wasn't really intertwined with them very much. And I kind of already knew where it was going to go. Like if I were still in regular contact with them, I would be shocked if they like used my correct pronouns or anything.
I feel like when people are really worried about what their parents are going to say, there's usually a pretty good reason to be worried. And I think it's totally fair to not let them in on that.
Sometimes people can surprise you, though.
They can, but
I have seen situations where people were expecting the worst, or sometimes not even because of any like real information, like from their parents. They're just like, I'm worried because I'm worried. It's a life change.
Yeah. But sometimes you just know. And like if you're financially tied up with them, then it would make sense not to come out. And honestly, if I hadn't moved away before I realized that I was trans, I have no idea how long I would have stayed in the closet if I was figuring it out still living with my parents. Like I have just, there's no way of me even comprehending how I would have handled that. But I
would have been so messy.
I probably would have had to be closeted for a while I figured it out instead of just changing my name on Facebook one day.
And it's hard to figure it out when you're still in the closet, too.
Because a lot of experimenting goes into figuring out what feels right.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't change my name for a month because I thought, oh, I could just use a nickname of my birth name and that'll be fine. And then it wasn't fine.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be. But as we learned from I Saw the TV Glow, there's always still time.
There's still time. Yeah. I'm one of those people who was like, I think a grand total, like a period of like 2 weeks. I was like, I'm going by she/they pronouns. And like, I got a pretty pronoun pin that said she/they, and it lasted like 2 weeks. I'm like, no thanks. Just because, I mean, I gave myself that opportunity to explore it. And I found out very quickly that it wasn't for me. Because like it turned out once she was on the table, like I didn't want anything else. Um, and it's hard to have that when you are like actively in the closet. It can be like, I mean, one really nice thing about the internet is it gives you more room to like you can make friends online that you're not interacting with in person.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be a good opportunity for you to have some friends be like, hey, can you try using they, them pronouns with me? Or can you try using this name for me?
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you have a group of trans or just accepting friends online, then that can be a really good opportunity. I know, especially a lot of like younger trans people and like, especially ones who are still in the closet have really been able to use that as a refuge too, both as a space to like figure themselves out and then like as a refuge. Cause like I know when I was a closeted teenager, I wouldn't have been able to come out to anybody in person. But I think if I knew that there were like people out there, communities out there where I could connect with other cool trans people, like that would have been incredibly good for you. Because I was a big, like, internet forum girly
Of
when I was in high
course.
school. Like, I made a lot of friends there.
Well, this is an open invite to anyone listening who's still anywhere in the spectrum of closeted to not closeted to come on in the Discord. And one of the great things about Discord is you can set your in-server nickname and pronouns like
Mm-hmm.
whenever you want. So
You
like
can change it well, yeah.
you could just come into our server and be like, this is my name today. And these are my pronouns today. Please use them with me. And then the next day you could be like, I'm trying this one now. And you could do that. And it would be a chill place where you can.
Mm-hmm.
Because we understand that sometimes you want to try something and it doesn't fit, but you need a place you can.
Yeah, and we're a very accepting community. We're happy to be this people, and we're more than happy to just like change on a dime like that. If you're in the situation I was where you're like, well, I want to try they them pronouns along with whatever else, just like see what the vibe is and tell everybody that, and we do it for a day. You're like, never mind, gross, not for me.
Uh-huh.
Then tell us we're cool, we're chill, like we're really happy to be that for people. I feel like I'm constantly shilling for the Discord, but it's like,
It's the whole point.
yeah, it's been the best part about doing the podcast for me. Aside from the like group therapy that you and I are doing, like that's been really important for me. And then like the other thing is just the community that we've been able to build. And people have been like so sweet.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like them a lot.
it's really nice.
I hope we find some more people who just need that one affirming space because
Mhm.
I, boy, howdy, could have used that back in the
Yeah.
day. Let's bring my space back.
Where you at, Tom?
Where is Tom? Is he in your top 8? Let's see. Let's look at reasons people stay in the closet. Let's see if Google will tell me what to say.
I miss when the internet was just like a place for you to force other people to listen to your favorite song.
Mm-hmm. So, someone named Rasmussen notes that there are several factors that may dictate someone's choice to remain closeted, such as ethnic or religious background or financial dependence on family or peers that may be jeopardized if that person chooses to come out.
Mhm.
We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
Religious background, do you know all about?
Yeah. It would not have been an accepting environment for me. A lot of what kept me in the closet for so long personally was the religious aspect of it. And like, I am someone who figured out very early on that there wasn't an option to like deconvert myself from being trans. I knew that conversion therapy wasn't a thing, at least for me. It was just like obvious to me that it was like a core of who I was because it was always there. And so for me, like, because I had so many messages about it being like immoral or whatever, it was kind of like, regardless of how I did or didn't feel about that at any given time, I was like, well, it's not an option for me to be out. And so that's like the whole religious aspect. But because the religious aspect is both my belief system, but also like my only community, because like, or most of my community.
Mm-hmm.
Through my family, parents were very religious, and then like a lot of my friend group was like people through like church groups.
One thing that gets my goat about the religious objections Because a lot of these objections aren't actually from the religion itself, it's from people. And like you said it yourself, it's not in the Bible that being trans is bad. It's just people have decided that, and that's what has made it the way it is.
People can read certain religious texts in a way that'll back up anything they believe, whatever it is. Like, you can manipulate it like that if you like need to for your own personal reasons. But if you're somebody who genuinely like wants to find an answer, then like, I don't know. I just don't see a lot of like actual like curiosity or wanting to understand the situation, you know? Because like when I was a kid and like people would use religion against me, like I didn't know better or anything. I was like, I guess that they're right because they're like adult authority figures, you know? But like as soon as I got older and like got the internet, like, you know, probably one of the first things I did on the internet was try to like search and figure out if like being trans is actually evil or whatever. Just like, is this something that my religion is really against, or like, is there validity to this or whatever? And like, if it's something that you actually like want an unbiased answer towards, like,
It's hard to find.
yeah. Well, I think not only that, but I think there's like a huge lack of wanting to find a real answer. And like this is specifically directed towards like people who are like currently religious or like have religious family or whatever that they're communicating with. But I think most of these people who like use religion against us, like not only have they done the work of like looking into the religious texts and trying to find like a proper answer, like they haven't done that because that's not the point of what they're doing. They're just doing it because like they have a particular opinion and they like it ends an argument faster if they can just say like because God. Some people have chosen not to accept me and probably never will, like because of their religion, but like they've never given me like a religious reason for it or any kind of like, you know.
It's because they think it's icky. That's
I think
it.
it's icky.
The end. They think it's icky.
They're not going to put in the work. They're not going to do the research because they know what they know. They feel it in their souls that I'm gross to them. And so it's God's opinion then.
Because reasons.
It's silly because like they use the word silly very liberally. But
Liberals.
so silly. Oh, snowflakes. It's silly because like we're coming from the same religious background from not specifically us, but
in your situation.
The people that I'm talking about in general, multiple non-specified people. And like some people have been like very, very accepting that I wasn't expecting, but like we're coming from the same religious background, like same kinds of churches and everything. And so me coming out as trans, I feel like it's immediately read to these people as like coming out as an atheist. Like it has to be one or the other, you know? Like
there's plenty of religious trans people.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, no, it is. It's really interesting. And I've seen some on TikTok too. There's a lot of people on trans TikTok who are like former ministers and pastors and priests who are trans and obviously were trans the whole time. And then when they came out, they weren't allowed to like be a minister anymore for one reason or the other. And like they're still a member of the religion, they're still true believers, but like nobody will let them be in that like position of power or authority anymore. Then like I think that probably people see it as mutually exclusive. You're like coming out as trans, that means like you're openly promoting sin or whatever for being yourself.
How dare you?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
How dare you wear a skirt that you like?
Right. And there's no consideration for like maybe this is a journey that you had to work through too. And maybe you've like been in the closet and hiding for so long because you knew that as soon as you came out, people would just use that to invalidate you.
I wonder how those people feel that were like higher up in those religions and teaching basically, and then got that taken away. Like, I wonder if it was worth it for them. I hope so.
I think all or most of them knew that it was going to happen too. There are a lot of queer like ministers and religious leaders who are still in the closet. Here's another reason to be in the closet. Like, because like I said, like they're true believers. They really care about what they're doing. They're doing maybe their dream job or just something that they really care about. And they know that coming out will make it either difficult or impossible for them to be in that position anymore. And so, like, there's a lot of them who just stay closeted for as long as they're able to manage, because they don't want that to end. But sadly, like there's some religions and churches where there's acceptance, but it's not the default at all.
Well, even if they say they're accepting, doesn't mean they actually will.
Yeah.
Like, safety is so important, and you've got to know that you're going to have somewhere that you can be caught if you fall.
Yeah.
So, especially if, so like, we need more people that are in leadership positions who at least understand the difficulty of being in a marginalized group. And maybe it's better to have closeted people that are in positions of power if they're also like not overcorrecting. You know, like, I don't want anyone to have to stay in the closet, but maybe they're in a position where they can help other trans people not have to feel like they have to stay in the closet.
Yeah. Because when you are out of the closet, it becomes like so much harder to get those like jobs that are positions of power, whether it's like a political leader or a religious leader, or like people don't want to hire you or vote for you if you're openly trans or gay.
It scares me when like every now and then you'll see one of those tabloid style headlines that's like so and so conservative Christian, secretly trans, blah blah blah. And like a lot of times their values are very anti-trans in what they preach. And it's like, well, if you're secretly trans, then why you got to do all that? Why you got to do that? Why do you got to go that far? Why can't you just do your thing and not make it worse for other people like you?
Yeah.
There's one that I saw that made me really sad. This may end up being cut. There's one I saw where it was like a preacher in Alabama or something who got outed as a cross-dresser, probably closeted trans woman. And like her sermons were not hateful, but she ended up taking her life.
Yeah.
Because of how the reputation got changed. And it's like, no, those are the ones we need to keep. The ones who maybe she wasn't safe to come out, but she was at least leading in a loving way. And like, it's a shame that she couldn't just come out of the closet and keep living rather than having to get outed and then not want to live anymore. Like, the closet can be life and death. And it's sad.
Absolutely. Yeah. The closet definitely is not all bad.
No.
It serves a purpose until it doesn't.
But only the person who's making that choice can decide when the cons outweigh the pros or vice versa.
Because eventually it can become suffocating.
It will become suffocating. I could never be back in there.
No.
I just burped. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, like I have had literal nightmares about like having to be back in the closet. It's like terrifying. Like, it's wild to me, like after having even like immediately coming out, I was like could not imagine going back. Like, it's a miracle that I survived the closet for as long as I did. Because like, I don't know.
It's not easy.
Yeah. And you don't even necessarily realize. I've used the example before of like having all the like processes running on your computer at once that you don't know about, but it's making you crash. It's making your computer crash. And like, you don't realize, I think, while you're still in the closet, all of your defense mechanisms and like just everything that's going on involved in keeping that closet door closed. Like, I've been out for a while and there's so many things that I'm still finding that I need to like deprogram for myself that like are a result of that. Like for example, like I always considered myself like an honest person. Like I never saw myself as a liar. And once I came out of the closet, or at least started the process of coming out, I realized how many lies were always involved in staying in the closet. I was doing all of these things that were against my own morals, or at least against my own self conceptualization, as a way of like keeping myself in the closet. And I wasn't even necessarily like cognizant of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it bled into other areas of my life too. Like I would just find myself lying about any random thing just to avoid like attention. Like, oh, did you get a haircut? Oh no, I didn't. It just looks like that. Don't
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to me. Stuff like that that's really dumb and doesn't matter whatsoever. And then I was like, am I like a compulsive liar? And the answer is kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And
But you're lying to yourself as much as you're lying to other people.
yeah. And it was like a protective mechanism. Anytime you do trauma work, they always say your defense mechanisms and all the things that like you're trying to work through now and deprogram yourself from, they all served a purpose when you first started doing whatever the thing is. And like I've heard trauma therapists say like when you're working through that stuff, if you're imagining like your defense mechanism or whatever it may be as like a personality or something, I could say like to the liar within me, like, thank you for the role that you played. You kept me safe. You made life livable, at least when you first showed up. Thank you. I release you, that kind of thing. Because it all started for a good reason, whether or not it should have had to happen. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, gotta forgive yourself.
Yep. Just got to keep moving forward
Hmm.
and do the best you can with the tools you have and the comfort level you have.
This is an example of a recording session or of an episode where I'm like, what the hell were we doing the whole time? We're just like spacing out and rambling or whatever. But like when we watch it back, maybe it'll be amazing.
I hope so.
That's always like where like the one that we just released, like as of the time of this recording, we released an episode this morning, which was our one on sexuality. And I remember like when we did that recording session, we did 3 different episodes in that session. And like the sexuality one was the one where I feel like we were both almost like, why are we even doing this? Like, we don't know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, when it was over, I was like, what did we even talk about? I feel like we were just kind of like awkwardly like stumbling through it. Then when I watched it back later, I was like, number one, we were saying really insightful stuff. Well, I mean, like self insightful, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like,
Reflective.
we were speaking to ourselves. I was speaking to myself when I was watching it because I learned a lot about my own sexuality by watching myself talk about it and say things I didn't remember talking about. Um, and I don't know, maybe this is one of those moments.
I hope so.
Hmm.
Because that's just, I'm very out of it
Yeah.
today. Got them stupid menstrual cramps going. And I did not expect for my periods to be this much worse after starting tea, which they're like not different physically. It's just like how it feels in me
Yeah.
to be on my period.
Does it feel like extra dysphoric?
Yeah, it feels extra.
Because you're like, you're not supposed to be doing this now. Like,
Yeah.
did you not get the memo?
Exactly. Which it's perfectly normal that I got it. I've been on it less than a month.
Hmm.
But it just has it's very hard for me to focus. It's very hard for me to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I just hope it sounds better than it feels later.
You never know which one is going to be the last one, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
but
weird.
even if it goes away for a while, it could come back if I like my hormones just go slightly different than they were recently.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one day coming up, I'm going to have to move my shot up from Thursday to Friday, or I guess back from Thursday to Friday, because the Monday I was supposed to get blood work done, it's a federal holiday, so I have to go Tuesday. So I have to get My day moved. It's annoying. I'm scared my period's going to come back.
Uh-uh.
Maybe I should just switch to Friday next week when I'm not going to have my period. Whatever.
Bodies.
Bodies are fired. Closets are fired. Except for when they're important.
Yeah.
But I don't want it. I don't want a closet.
I don't like that closet. I do not like it.
I do like my friends who are still in it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to be in it.
Yeah. I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, it
But it's a journey.
sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It is a journey. And like, hopefully everyone will get to a point where they can be their authentic selves all the time. But if you can't, then you just got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing wrong with doing what you got to do to stay alive. Unless you're a vampire, in which case, stop taking people's blood.
Stop doing that. It really sucks. Uh, okay, so question. You figured out you were trans and came out like same day, essentially. Did you have an aspect of being in the closet at any point? Like,
So my sister that I lived with found out on Facebook
yeah.
and brought it up to me like a week later. Like, was there anything you wanted to talk to me about? And I was like, no. And like, I never talked to her about it. So it was like, you already know, there's nothing to talk about. But that was like as close as I got
Mm-hmm.
to being kind of closeted.
Yeah. I just was wondering because on one hand, like I know that's your story that like you came out right away, but also you have the energy of somebody who has been in the closet. But maybe that's just general like queer trans energy that we share.
I mean, I should have known I was trans way sooner. So like, I feel like in hindsight, it felt like I was in the closet for longer than I was.
You're closeted from yourself.
Exactly. I was closeted, and like my whole life, people have been like, do you just want to be a boy? And I'd be like, no, no, no. So like people knew before I knew. And that is a weird feeling.
Uh-huh.
Being closeted from yourself is a weird feeling.
It is, yeah. Like literally, I can't remember if we recorded a trauma episode or not. I know we did like a therapy episode.
We talked about trauma at one point.
We definitely talked about it. We had talked about doing a whole episode. I don't know if we did.
Me either.
Trauma in action. But one part of my journey of working through trauma is like I was doing this on my own, and then my therapist, when I started with her, was like, oh, you're doing shadow work. I was like, what is that? She's like, oh, you're just accidentally doing shadow work. I'm like, I guess, tell me what it is. But I was just like working through stuff by almost like visualizing like my inner child from different parts of my life. So when I met this therapist, I was like, yeah, I think in my own therapy journey recently, like on my own, I've been kind of just like trying to make friends with like my inner 5-year-old girl. Like we're just becoming buddies. I'm like basically building a relationship with her and trying to like be a good, maybe not parent, maybe like big sister to her. And just like we have these conversations. It's hard to like explain this without sounding a little bit crazy, but it's like works for me at least. But like we have these conversations where I'm like, know you're not used to having safe people in your life. But like I promise I'm a safe person, and like I'm not gonna put you back in a situation where you have to be around those unsafe people again. And like I remember having this conversation, and like having the sense that like that inner child was like, promise me you're not gonna take me back to them again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was like, yeah, no, we're good. I'm only going to keep you around safe people. Like, don't worry. And just rebuilding that trust. And so that's something that I've been doing with different aspects of myself. But there's whole books written on like the idea of internal family systems, which is basically like same thing as like your family system with your like biological family. Everybody has different like roles and interacts in different ways. And like you've mentioned before, Patrick Tian on YouTube talking a lot about family systems and different family dynamics. And literally he has like charts made of how different people interact in different family systems. but you can conceptualize like your inner life and your just like your mind,
Yeah, like the part of your
your
brain that's in
psyche.
charge, the part of your brain that's scared, the part of your
Yeah,
brain that's happy.
exactly. Yeah. And you can kind of like conceptualize it as like a small family within yourself because all of the parts, like, if you consider the liar that was within me, like that was a defense mechanism that started at some point. I don't know when, probably like whenever the first time I got in trouble for like acting queer was. But like that is almost like a personality that was born. Like when I'm in this kind of situation, I become the liar for a moment. So I'm able to get through it. And so if it's a way that helps you conceptualize and like work through that, it can be really useful because you can go in and try to reconnect with that person and be like, so, liar, like sounds accusatory, but whatever you want to call that person. Let's say my liar is called Sarah. I don't know. Sorry, Sarah. You just say, "Hey, Sarah. So I'm kind of trying to like work through some stuff, and maybe we can connect a little bit. Like I was kind of wondering, like, how did you get here to begin with? Like, what was your origin story, and kind of work at it from that angle and kind of like untie the knot from its source because I have a whole family that was born in the closet together."
I wonder if that same thing can help people who are in the closet, like connecting to their trans self, like their out trans self that's inside
Mhm.
of them. I wonder if that can help people
Yeah.
make it through.
I remember now why I started on that tangent to begin with, which is we were talking about being closeted and like you not really actively being in the closet, like after finding yourself.
Mhm.
But like maybe there was a part of you who always like knew he was trans and always like had that sense that it wasn't going to be okay in your like actual family system.
Like a protector version of myself.
Protector, yeah.
I
So
fully believe that.
yeah, because like part of my like a really big part of my transition has been connecting with that inner child who like her development as a person was cut off because it wasn't safe. And so it's like when I'm in the process of transitioning now, I'm not transitioning into like a new person. I'm not transitioning into some new like adult woman or whatever. That's not really what happens necessarily, at least in your own like mental health, like thought life. You're kind of just going back, and now that you're safe and free to like be that person.
It's like reconnecting a bunch of things that were unplugged.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Like finally plugging a hard drive in that had your favorite movie on it. And you've been looking all over your computer for this dang movie. Then you
Uh-huh.
finally remember, oh, the hard drive.
Yeah,
Now I got
exactly.
my favorite movie back.
Thanks, Chris, for fixing my hard drive.
Hopefully it is fixed. If not, we've got backups of your backups.
I'm like, I haven't looked at it yet. Okay. If we air this part, the story is that I have several hard drives because doing a video podcast takes up an insane amount of memory, like a shocking amount. And so I have a few hard drives and like I've had files go corrupt and stuff before. So I have one that was just for backups and the backup stopped working. And so like I gave it to Ben, who gave it to Chris, who was able to like fix the hard drive and recover the data. So now like I haven't looked at it since you like just brought it back to me, but I am dying to know if there's like like maybe there's that PTSD episode that I don't remember recording
Could be.
or something, because like I haven't been keeping a list of what we're recording at all, and like I surprise myself when I go into my recordings because I'll be like, we should really do an episode about the closet or whatever. And then, like, months later, I'm digging through files. It's like, oh, we did an episode about that. It's right here. And I can watch it back.
Nami, are you in the closet? She said, no, I'm out of the closet of elastic eaters.
Nami loves to sleep in the closet, though.
Aw, girl.
Yeah. I'm like, girl, you can be yourself. You can come out.
You
We
could,
trust you.
you could be as gay or straight as you are,
Mhm.
whatever that is. She's so small.
Yeah. I know, people are scary.
She doing the flop. To stand up to get attention, then flop to get pets, then stand up to get attention.
So cute. You should be a lap cat. How come you're not a lap cat?
Because she's a silly woman.
So silly, so tiny.
There she goes.
Yay. Right there.
Supermodel of the world.
Uh-huh. No, and she's gone again.
Look at her go.
Yeah, Nami is finally like starting to gain weight, which is good, but she was on this diet plan as a kitten that one of the vet techs referred to as girl dinner, which is like eating, she was just playing with and swallowing. Oh, too much stand on the computer. She was eating a lot of hair ties and rubber bands and stuff.
Girl dinner.
Yeah, and we were like, why is this cat so much tinier than her brother from the same litter? And it turns out that she wasn't able to eat enough regular food because she had a stomach full of foreign objects. And now she's gaining some weight and looking a little bit bigger, but
And
she's still the
purring.
baby.
She purring.
Oh, you could kind of hear it on mic. I wanted to move the mic over, but
She got spooked.
mm-hmm.
She's very cute.
Yeah.
And very soft.
Yeah, she is. She's the soft one. She's got one of the other vet techs called her Stinky, and Aaron and I were about that, like, how dare you? And then we're like, yeah, she's kind of the stinky one though.
She's stinky.
She loves just rolling around and playing in her litter. It's really disgusting. I'm still gonna like pet her and hug her anyway.
Oh yeah. Part of the
It's really
tax.
gross.
The cat tax.
It's the cat tax, yeah.
She's so stripy.
Got that butt right up in the camera. Good for you. Loud and proud, girl.
Platinum tier Bratreon.
Yeah, Catreon. These cats are happy to show. They're happy to show a hole on camera.
Get that butt out of the closet.
Yeah.
Oh, Nami.
Oh, God.
Oh, Nami.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe it's about time for us to come back out of the closet again.
I would love to leave the closet, but
Oh my gosh.
no shame to anyone who's stuck there.
Yes.
Come hang out with us if you're ready.
Yeah. Well, since we're here back at the closet door, Ben, I have a confession to make.
Okay.
I'm actually trans.
Thank you for telling me. I'm trans too.
Oh, good. It'd be really awkward if you like.
Oh, get out. Get out of your own house.
Yeah. That's literally how I came out to a friend of mine. We've mentioned it before, but
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, my friend came out first and I was like, all right, it'd be like really weird if I didn't come out back to you. So that friend got an early preview.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're throwing that closet door wide open again, going back to just broadcasting our genders to the world. Until next time, I am Robin and I'm trans.
I'm Ben and I'm trans.
See y'all next time.
Join the Discord. Bye.
Bye. Catreon.
We could technically record one more short one, but I don't know if we should try. Woman. She's extra cute.
She's one of those cats where, okay, maybe don't do that to the mic. Don't eat it. We don't need you to have a new diet. This is so cute. Just leave the cat alone.
For the baby.
She loves to mic. We're all about the spotlight. Is it good to rub your face on that?
I'm just taking pictures for the Discord.
Yeah. What a baby.
She's just a little girl. I don't want to pee.
I have to pee again too. Like